1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. Kashmiri Women's Resistance Day is being observed today on both sides of the line of control to pay tribute to the struggle of survivors of mass rape and torture in Kunan and Poshpura villages. The Prime Minister has urged the world community to become the voice of resilient Kashmiri women for peace in occupied Kashmir. A leading American daily says the decisions of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi are directed to make India a Hindu nation. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on National Health Services says the government stands ready to deal with any eventuality of coronavirus outbreak. Pakistan and Morocco have agreed to further deepen bilateral cooperation in myriad fields. In Turkey, 8 people were killed after a 5.7 magnitude earthquake hit Van province today. And now the news in detail. Kashmiri Women's Resistance Day is being observed today on both sides of the line of control. Every year since 2014, this day is commemorated as Kashmiri Women's Resistance Day, inspired by the struggle of the survivors of the mass rape and torture in the twin villages of Kunan and Poshpura in occupied Kashmir. The 3 decades-long struggle of the survivors from Kunan and Poshpura is a part of the larger ongoing struggle in occupied Jammu and Kashmir against the institutionalized and structural violence of the Indian state in the region. The Indian authorities further intensified restrictions, particularly in Kupwara district today on the 29th anniversary of the Kunan-Poshpura mass rape incident. The troops were deployed in strength on all entry and exit points of the district to prevent the people from expressing solidarity with the victims of the mass rape. Hurriyat leaders and organizations in their separate statements expressed solidarity with the victims of the heinous crime. Jammu and Kashmir Muslim Conference Chairman Shabbir Ahmad Dar, in a statement, termed the incident as one of the most horrifying and terrifying incidents in the history of mankind. In a tweet on the Kashmiri Women's Resistance Day, Prime Minister Imran Khan has urged the world community, especially women, to become voice of the resilient Kashmiri women for peace in occupied Kashmir. In a tweet, he said the Indian forces have committed war crimes against women in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir for 7 decades. Imran Khan said their sufferings have multiplied after a 5th of August siege by the Modi government. The Prime Minister's Special Assistant for Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, says Pakistan will never leave the people of occupied Kashmir alone in the struggle for their basic rights. Talking to newsmen on the occasion of Pakistan TehreekEinsaf convention in Lahore this afternoon, she said durable peace is impossible to achieve in the region without a just solution of the Kashmir issue as per the wishes of the Kashmiri people. She said today is the day against the Indian aggression against people of occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The Chairman Kashmir Committee, Syed Fakhr Imam, says India is scared of Kashmir indigenous freedom movement as the Kashmiri people are rendering unprecedented sacrifices for their inalienable right to self-determination. Talking to Pakistan television, he said Kashmir is an integral part of Pakistan and Kashmiris are chanting pro-Pakistan and anti-India slogans every day. He said the fascist Modi government is in a state of frustration and it stopped international watchdog organizations and the media from covering and entering Indian occupied valley. The leading American daily, The Washington Post, has termed the decisions of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi as being directed to make India a Hindu nation. In an article, Meena Ahmed, a freelance journalist, said in August last year he revoked the limited autonomy granted to Kashmir and later amended India's Citizenship Act to discriminate explicitly against Muslims. The article says Hindu mobs under his watch in Godhra massacred nearly 2,000 Muslims over several days in 2002. It says there was enough suspicion about Narendra Modi's role that he was denied an American visa until 2014 when he became the Prime Minister. This is Radio Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan has reaffirmed the government's commitment to reform the education system to put the country on the road to progress and prosperity. Addressing the 7th annual convocation of Namal University in Miawali this afternoon, he said the social welfare programs of the government are aimed at transforming Pakistan into a country where social equality prevails. Terming the youth a valuable asset of the nation, the Prime Minister said youth are playing a crucial role in steering the nation out of the prevailing challenges. On foreign policy front, Imran Khan said the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia and China always stood by Pakistan in times of need. In his address on the occasion, the United Arab Emirates Minister for Tolerance, Sheikh Nahyan Mubarak Al Nahyan, called for making joint efforts to address challenges and threats being faced by the modern world. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on National Health Services, Dr. Zafar Mirza, says the government stands ready to deal with any eventuality of coronavirus outbreak. Presiding over a meeting in Islamabad today, he said well-trained staff is present at the Taftan and other border crossings to screen all passengers crossing over into Pakistan. He said screening of passengers at all entry points of Karachi, Lahore, Quetta airports is being done in line with international health regulations. Dr. Zafar Mirza said no coronavirus case has been reported in Pakistan so far. During the meeting, the Special Assistant was given a detailed briefing on the reported cases of coronavirus in Iran. Pakistani authorities closed the Pakistan-Iran border at Taftan town in Chaghi district today to avoid spread of coronavirus reportedly found in Iran. According to official sources, the transit gate and joint markets at the border have been closed while trade and travelling activities suspended. The authorities said precautionary and protective measures are being taken in Taftan, where 100-bed tent hospital is being established to combat emergency situation at the Pak-Iran border. Meanwhile, the death toll from coronavirus in Iran has risen to more than 15, while 15 new cases of infection were confirmed today. The Health Ministry spokesman said on state television that 43 infected cases have been reported so far. According to Al Arabiya English, 2 death cases were reported today. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has accused the foreign media of trying to use coronavirus to discourage the people from voting in the general elections held last Friday. Pakistan and Morocco have agreed to further deepen bilateral cooperation in myriad fields, including security cooperation, joint training and counter-terrorism domain. An understanding to this effect came during the Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa's meetings with the Moroccan Minister Abdul Latif Loudi and Inspector General of Royal Armed Forces General Abdul Fattah Lourak in Morocco. During the meetings, matters pertaining to mutual interest, bilateral defense, security cooperation and regional peace and stability were discussed. Talking to them, the Army Chief said Pakistan has and will always stand by Morocco even in the most difficult times. In Turkey, 8 people, including 3 children, were killed and 25 others injured after a 5.7 magnitude earthquake hit Van province bordering Iran today. The Turkish Interior Minister Süleyman Soylu said some other people were believed to be trapped under the rubble. He said search and rescue efforts are underway. Israeli forces martyred a Palestinian near the Gaza border today. Cricket. In the 6th match of the Pakistan Super League at Karachi, Quetta Gladiators beat Karachi Kings by 5 wickets today. Quetta Gladiators achieved the victory target of 157 runs in 19 overs for the loss of 5 wickets. The 7th match between Islamabad United and Lahore Qalandars will begin in Lahore at 1900 hours Pakistan Standard Time. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cold conditions will prevail in upper parts during the next 24 hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.